will never know about to keep a show on the air.
So Sherri Shepherd tells us the real reason why her show got canceled, and she's very passionate about it.
So let's dive into it. We will have to stop this clip as we go. Talk in between in order for it to be a real reaction video.
I've been up all night watching Netflix's documentary about Tyra Banks and America's Next Top Model. I understand why people are mad. I do understand. But I also say, you have to understand the time that this all happened was in 2003.
Right now, she's talking about how Tyra Banks got let go of from America's Next Top Model. But whatever has surfaced is back from 2003.
But you'll see how this relates to her show.
Reality TV was the wild, wild west back then. Every show was trying to outdo each other to stay on the air. We had people that were eating rats on Survivor. We had people getting in Nevada spiders on Fear Factor. Simon Cowell was telling people they sucked to their faces.
So basically, she's saying people was doing anything back when this video was recorded that has resurfaced. 2003 reality TV was that. It was purely real, pure reality TV, and people were kind of doing any and everything in order to stay on top and above their competition. Is that about what you gathered?
Yes, that's exactly what I got from that video.
I cannot forget that Tyra that was a young black woman trying to make it in the reality TV game. The battles that this black woman had to fight just to stay on the air for other.
So basically, they're saying Tyra Banks helps pave the way for other black people and black women to be on the air. And she did what she had to do.
On the air. In the documentary, they said no network wanted to pick up the show except UPN. Everybody said no. As a woman who has pitched a bunch of shows and tried to get her own talk show, I understand that. Let me tell you something. I bet you if Heidi Klum had shopped the show around and every model looked like Gigi Hadid, it'd have been picked up immediately. Immediately.
So she basically said if she was white, it would be a lot easier to get a show and keep a show with no issues. That's what I gather from what she's saying right now.
There's a lot of stuff that we did not know back then that would not have happened if this show aired now. People are blaming Tyra for allowing them to cut a black woman's hair wrong. I remember that when they cut the girls from New York and she was bald and they cut it, she had bald patches. We didn't have the sensitivities behind the scenes back then that we do now. Nowadays, if you have a black talent, they make sure to get black stylists. That's what we had to fight for.
Okay, so they're basically even saying
she even got backlash from back in the day.
Just certain situations, I guess they had cut a black girl's hair wrong. She had patches in it, but it wasn't someone that was familiar with African-American hair texture.
You get. And I'm going to tell you, I say this because I remember a time. See, now you see a lot of black women in shows. They used to call me the black girl who did all the white TV shows. That's the title I used to have because you didn't see many black women running around on sitcoms.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So she said they used to be so far in between that they used to call her the black girl that was always running all the white girl shows.
And I booked a lot of those jobs. But there was a time I did a show and the white stylist, they thought my hair was too oily. It wasn't a wig. We didn't wear wigs back then. So it was my hair. And he thought it was too oily. He didn't know what to do. He poured a whole tub of baby powder on my hair to absorb the oil and then took the curling iron to curl it.
Now here I was.
So he basically fried her hair. Okay,
He definitely fried her hair.
Yeah.
My gosh. Because he didn't understand black hair.
Right, exactly.
The products that you could use.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunate.
Moisturizer, yeah. But she basically is still alluding to this being the time that they were living in and growing up in.
As a young black girl, I wanted the job. So I didn't have the power to go, stop. I do now. I got the power to fire people if they mess up my hair. I didn't back then. So I had to take it as my hair was frying.
So basically she's saying that, they had to just live with however people decided to treat them and back then, as they were trying to make it because they were basically desperate in order to make it.
They didn't know what to do because my hair started frying. So they grabbed one of the stylists from the show Living Single because they were close to me. Her name was Julie. And she came over and she fixed my hair. And she said, my God, what did they do? I was in tears. That happened back in the day. That would never happen now. So back in the day.
So basically, she's comparing TV back in the day to TV now, things that could go on back in the day.
Oh, that you wouldn't even imagine to happen now.
The way that the world has evolved.
Yeah, what people don't understand is the battles that this woman probably had to fight just to keep it inclusive. She came to them saying, I want a diverse cast. I want Black women. I want Latin women. I want plus size women. And everybody said no because the industry standard looked like one thing. So she couldn't protect everybody, nor did she own the show.
Okay. So it's basically saying, her hands were tied back then.
She came to them and told them the type of diversity that she wanted and, how she wanted to include everybody. But they only wanted to go with a certain looking type of woman that probably was a certain color and very slim and picture perfect, whatever their version of perfect was back then.
No, and I'm not saying that the show didn't do terrible things because it did. But I just wanted to think about it in the context of which it happened. And there were battles that she was fighting because you always think about the long game. I want the show to stay on the air. I want more Black women to come on. I want more plus size women. You remember Isis? When Isis came on the show, Isis was trans, I believe. She would not have made it on season 1. They would not have let her be on that show. But what we know now, we are...
So she said, even with,
different genders, transgender, or a lot of different genders that are accepted now, that we accept a lot more now than what we did back then. She's bringing up Isis, which obviously is a transgender woman. Obviously, there was no transgender women back in the day. Models back then that never would even made it to the show. They would have never even thought about accepting them into the show.
When I tell you the battles, people don't understand. When we are in power, the battles we gotta fight that you will never know.
And she's not just talking about Tyra at this point. She's making a correlation between Tyra's show and her show at this point, which we know is coming to an end. Letting you know, we go through a lot that the average viewer would know nothing about.
Never. To keep a show on the air, there are things that we have to do that people will tell us, if you want to stay on the air, this is what you got to do. And we got to weigh the options. And sometimes we make bad decisions and we look up and we go, in hindsight, maybe I should not have done it, but I just want to open the door and give a platform to people who look like me.
That's deep. What you
That's
think?
very deep. It's very deep. Let's send our prayers up to Sherri Shepherd. I mean, you can tell that she is really struggling right now with the cancellation of her show. And it's very unfortunate because from what I understand, Sherri's show has been doing excellent with ratings since she's been on air.
Right.
And it's also very unfortunate the way the news broke that the show was canceling just around the same time that Kelly Clarkson's show was being canceled. However, I feel like they gave her the common courtesy that they didn't necessarily give to Sherri. They didn't let her announce it to the world. They didn't give her a time or a chance. What they did was they just immediately put everything out there. She probably found out at the same time we did, unfortunately. And it's like, really, when you think about it, how many African American shows are really on air right now? How many African American shows make it? And the ones that do make it are the ones that has a lot of the rowdiness, a lot of the ghetto-ness, as they like to quote. Unfortunately, those are the only ones that actually stay on air.
Right. At least
The ones that can actually, the ones that actually making an impact, the ones that has some meaning behind. It's really, really good. they don't really last very long, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. That's terrible.
Especially when you put your heart and soul into these type of shows.
You know, and then, like you said, she's getting good ratings. You know, she's basically saying you know, you have people that's basically telling you, like,
It's this or else.
it could basically be doomsday for you and your show and whoever you're trying to pave the way for.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. No matter how well she's doing, unfortunately. I wonder what they're going to replace her time slot with, because if it's another talk show
Mm,
and the host isn't African American, that's definitely going to raise some concerns there,
it is.
But like I said, it's unfortunate. Sherri Shepherd has a huge platform. She has huge supporters out there.
Right.
I'm sure that Sherri is going to be successful in whatever she does next. And
Yeah.
I just really wish Sherri all the best,
Yeah.
because I can only imagine how she's feeling right now.
Right.
And just judging from that video, you can see the hurt. You can hear the hurt in her. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate.
Yeah. Let's see if she says anything else on here at this end.
I don't agree with some things that Tyra did. There were things that maybe could have been stopped, but I do ask that people look at it in the context. We are woke now. We are more. We know so much more now than we did back then, and I just hate that she's getting so much flack. She does need to take accountability. I know that. But I also know the battles. Some people will never understand the battles that are fought. You see a person sitting there and think, oh, it's so fun, and you'll never know the battles that are being fought behind the scenes.
So it's no telling, again, what she has
really gone through, what she's been through that she can't really tell us.
Like, she gave us great insight.
That is truly what's going on with her. Who's in her show.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that, everything works out in the best interest of Sherri and the Sherri show, because like I said, I really enjoyed the Sherri show. You know what I mean? She brought a different type of a flavor to TV, daytime television,
Yep.
So, Sherri, we're rooting for you.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. We're definitely praying for you, rooting for you. And let us know, guys, what you think about the Sherri show canceling. What do you think the message inside of the message that we just revealed to you guys?
Okay. Until next time.
It's hit that subscribe and bell notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
With the Shady B podcast.
Bye.